up a chair. It's your boy ScullyPop with stories to share. From the page to the stage, I've done it all. Books on the shelf and curtain calls. I whisper tales in the dead of night with a little ta-ta-ta just to feel right. And if you need some tingles down your spine, ska, 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 yeah, that sound is mine. So buckle up, it's quite the ride. We're going deep, no need to hide. Where the entertainment doesn't stop. You're tuned in now to ScullyPop. So close your eyes and enjoy the glide, and we'll see you on the other side. I've read my novels by candlelight, with every chapter feeling just right. I'm the author that reads to you slow, with rhythm and rhyme in every flow. My fingers snap, the mic goes hot. Live from the heart, I give all I got. A little jazz, a touch of noir, mix in some ASMR and you're not far. Ska, 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 ta, 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 let the rhythm carry you. Ta, 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 ska, ska, ska. Feel the story, feel the vibe. Ska, ska, ska. Ta, ta, ta. Let the rhythm carry you. Ta, ta, ta. Ska, ska, ska. Feel the story, feel the vibe. Buckle up, it's quite the ride. We're spinning dreams on the other side, where the entertainment doesn't stop. You're vibing now with ScullyPop. So dim the lights and let it slide, and we'll see you on the other side. Yeah. Stories whispered, curtains raised, books turned to gold and voices praised. I'm just the guide on this wild old ride, and if you're still with me, I'll see you on the other side. Da, da, da.
Enough from the heathens, got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens, got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding from the words I spit. So sharp, so freezing, so cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts peeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. Got lust for change, I just love the feeling. I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. And I ain't gonna give up. Got too little time, I'ma live up. Head down, push forward through the tough times, cause anything worth doing is a tough climb. Cause I'ma live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I live life for the fight, yeah, I'm here to get it. I got drive, got sight, always have a vision. I go by at night, I be in my feelings. I'ma be fine, need time, and I'll soon be winning. I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. Creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If you wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon.
All right. Good evening. Welcome. Hey, Izzy Pop.
Hey,
Izzy Pop.
ScullyPop. Hey, ScullyPop.
Man, there's a couple of the trailers I can't play anymore. They
Wow.
keep getting struck. You know, I got to go back and remove all those songs. I think it's the which one is it? The one that has the pop in the beginning. I can't even remember. Anyway,
Unconventional. We definitely.
yeah, there might be another one too, but I got probably 100 videos sharing revenue with me right now because of that. Hey,
I
baby,
know.
dude, Six Bows,
I don't. Oh, well, I haven't redone them.
Lucy. Yeah, we'll figure
Abby,
it out.
darling.
Hey, Bud Files.
I am at the. She's
We'll
at the
read y'all
hospital.
real interesting history tonight. I hope it's kind of something I put together today. Very cool. How you doing, Izzy Pop?
I am doing all right.
Hey, Desiree.
We ducked a tornado. We
Oh,
got
yeah, Virginia got hit hard, huh?
Ooh,
I'm telling you.
I was still in the chat today. It was a big. It sounded like a big boulder rolled through the building.
Did it?
It
Oh,
shook
my
the whole
gosh.
building.
What?
30 apartments, man. This was all the alarms went off
Golly.
over here. all the
Horrifying.
alarms.
Damn.
Car
Scrubby
alarms,
the Beagle.
sounds.
TWP, welcome. One of our wonderful moderators.
These are cool pictures.
Izzy made those on my Pop Image Maker.
Yep.
That's part of our We'll Make It Pop platform. You get an image maker with your membership.
You see Temple Bar back there?
Oh, yeah. Check it out. Pretty
You didn't
cool.
even notice.
Well, do they have green beer, actually? Or what's up with that?
There's a lot of places that do.
Do they? Huh.
Yeah, they just put green dye in it.
Okay. Huh. Let's see what else we got here. Pretty wild, pretty wild. Yeah,
And neither-
that's pretty neat.
Neither one of us drink.
Right. What else you got there?
Dancing in the street, doing a jig. I
pretty neat.
love that skirt on you, dude.
Uh,
Showing the knees. What's under there?
yeah.
Once you flip it up and show us what's under there.
What that might be. Right. Izzy created all the music for the show.
I got a bow tie. I like that bow tie.
Yeah, it's neat. Heck yeah.
Pretty cool.
Crazy picture, man. Damn. Pretty good representation, you know.
Luck of the Irish.
Look at them again. Oh, there was the clock that she pointed
That's
out earlier.
wild.
It says 1010 on it.
I didn't
That's
say.
some of y'all
I didn't
know
even
that's
say to
my
put
lucky number.
clocks on it. I just said steampunk skull head and a cat. It did have a cat over there, and I told her to remove the cat and put Happy St. Patrick's Day, and it
Damn.
did. It was awesome.
Crazy. Huh. Yeah, hubby had surgery today. I'm at the hospital. I'll be in the background listening with earbuds in. Oh, okay, Debbie. Hope everything's okay.
Come to St. Louis. She has all the beer.
Yeah, you
We
got
don't-
beer in St. Louis, huh?
Yeah, I don't drink beer. Ugh, I hate to taste the beer. When I did
You
drink
like that
beer, I
whiskey
drank
look. She
Michelob.
likes that whiskey look.
I love that whiskey. St.
Some of
Patrick's
that St. Patrick's cider. What's it say?
cider whiskey.
Cider whiskey.
Oh, okay. I didn't even.
That's a pretty detailed image right there, actually.
I'm holding your ears. Don't listen.
Yeah. Neo Gaelic Chronicles.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an interesting history with St. Patrick's.
yeah. I couldn't believe it when I was reading it today. I was even.
Izzy did a show earlier. She featured history of St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
This
I
one
believe
specifically
it.
centered around Temple Bar, the famous pub. So, yeah, a lot of stuff going on YouTube with St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, there's a
I
lot
was
of
looking
people
at my
out.
feed earlier, like all the up and down was like thumbnails for St. Patrick's Day. You
I
know,
know. I noticed that too. You know, my favorite color is green, so I got my whole homepage is green.
oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I know. I did it. She's talking about what I did for her.
It was cool. Izzy Pop, great hob.
Great job.
A job, yeah.
That one I did for her, St. Lucy's.
Did you see that, Lucy, where the clock had 10:10 on it?
Isn't that cool?
It's crazy, man.
Never once have I put that in pop-in image. I do remember doing it on Canva, but it shouldn't even been in there. That's wild.
Yeah.
I love the lettering there.
Yeah.
Heidi
yeah.
Pop's in here.
Heidi Pop. Ska, 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 ska. The Pops are here. Well, y'all know me. Once I get to know you, I always put Pop on the end of the name. So, you know, I've been calling people like Six Brain and Body Brain. I've been doing brain lately after the names.
I just put the number 6 for 6. I'm lazy.
Izzy Brain.
No, I'm Tingle Brain.
Yeah.
Or Fluffy. I'm Fluffy Pop. That's what I am. Fluffy Pop.
Fluffy Pop. Fluffy Pop.
Now somebody called me Lollipop the other day.
How about Body Tingles?
I know. That was crazy when you was saying that. Or better yet, Tingle Body.
Heidi, I'm gonna read something here in a minute if you wanna hang out.
Actually, don't drink alcohol or coffee, but we have a million breweries. I can walk to a few.
Yeah, no kidding, huh?
She doesn't
I
even
didn't
drink
know
coffee.
that St. Louis had that many breweries. Body Tingles. That's funny. Sometimes I put rock after the name, you know, like Body Rock. I don't know. I just try to throw paint on the wall. I've been doing some, you know, experimenting here and there in chats, but the Insane Reading Show. That's right.
Yeah, you ought to load up that other one that does the other thing I made that has for the.
What's that?
See you on the other side one. I don't even know what the name of them are. I did a show for tummy tingles because of what roller coasters do to your tummy.
Oh my God! Right?
Yeah. Even watching them, man, was making my.
I thought I was gonna die. I went on one of them big swings one time. You know.
Oh, I can't do that.
I left my stomach up at the roof, man.
Ooh,
You talking about? Oh my God! It was freaking crazy, man. I bungee jumped. That was pretty crazy. That didn't really bother me as bad as that swing thing.
No.
But, oh my goodness.
I've hang glide.
Yeah.
In North Carolina, we would get up on sand dunes.
Oh yeah.
Get up on sand dunes and kind of start, you know, waiting for the wind to blow and then start running out.
That's pretty laid back.
Yeah, I love hang gliding.
6 tingles.
But that was back in my younger days, like 20 years ago.
Yeah, get on that thing now, huh? Have I written a book?
Yeah.
Was that what you're asking me?
The author that reads to you?
Like publish one?
Oh shit. Hold on a minute.
I'm getting ready to publish about 4 or 5 more here if I get my lazy ass in gear. No, I just have two published books right now, 6 Bows. You can get them on Amazon or wherever.
I got the link right here.
Hey, Northern Woman. I actually got Land of the Dirty South and Blood Tulips coming out to complete a trilogy. I wrote Carnival Crew and The Awakening. We did the Emerald Wonderland series that I narrated. I'm going to put that into a couple of books. I'm lazy now, so I'm training my agent to publish books. So as soon as I can get one of my agents in gear, I'll get it done.
I'm not the agent he speaks of. And this right here, 6 Bows, is the Emerald playlist that we did.
Okay, there you go.
I did the video and the music,
and you can reach out to me at J Scully Books if you want to sign first edition copy, but they're a little more expensive.
So
they're like it's like $60 for a hardback first edition, and I don't have that many left, but I do extend the offer here and there.
There's his email.
But yeah, so
did you see Bud Files in here?
Now. Yeah, I think I said hey to Bud Files.
Just making sure. That's me and him dancing in the streets.
And I got also probably more than a book of short stories that I've written. I do a big compilation of those. I mean, if I can get maybe 3 or 4 more works written, I'll be prolific at that point. But
change the music, please. I can't do any of that. I already done it. I'm sitting here dancing to this. I love this music.
I wish that you could control the music while I read.
I know.
But can't do that right now. Got this.
ScullyPop Productions. Join us for the show.
We had too much fun with that.
It's crazy.
I hated that it ended, especially with all the new AI stuff that's coming out. But then I see other people are trying to do the same thing.
Yeah. I'm just about ready. Give me a minute though.
You keep making me.
Got my script here.
You keep making me get higher.
I got Izzy as a studio audience tonight.
I do what?
Studio audience. Here, I can read the intro real quick. Temple Bar, St. Patrick's Day documentary. So yeah. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and put up the thing.
Make me work.
There you go. Ooh la la, you found us. You clever history-loving legend, you found us. Welcome to ScullyPop, where the entertainment doesn't stop. And today, we're going somewhere spectacular. We're crossing oceans, dodging Vikings, surviving famines, and ending up, where else? In a pub. A very, very famous pub in Dublin, Ireland, on the wildest day of the year. But before we dive into one of the greatest stories I've ever had the pleasure of telling you, and trust me, this one has everything. Saints, slaves, snakes, and a 14-foot statue that Dublin City Council took down in under 24 hours. I need 3 things from you. 3 tiny things. First, smash that subscribe button. Go on, it's right there. It won't bite. In fact, it'll probably be the best decision you ever made today. Second, hit the like button, because it tells the algorithm that you are a person of culture and taste. And frankly, you deserve to be recognized as such. And third, ring that notification bell, because missing a ScullyPop video should be classified as a public health emergency. And if you really want to be a part of the family, become a channel member today. The link is right below this video. Members get the good stuff, you know what I mean? Right, sorted. Now, let's go to Dublin. St. Patrick's Day at the Temple Bar. Picture this. It's the early hours of March 17th. The cobblestones of one of Europe's most famous streets are still damp from a midnight drizzle. The air carries the faint smell of stale beer and river water. The Thames? No. The Liffey. You're in Dublin, Ireland. And the city is about to wake up with a roar. Down a narrow laneway, behind a bright red facade that's become one of the most photographed building fronts on the planet, a pub manager checks his stock one last time. Kegs of Guinness line the cellar floor. Over 450 whiskeys glow like amber jewels behind the bar. Musicians are tuning their fiddles and tin whistles for what will be 12 straight hours of traditional Irish music. The crowd outside is already gathering. Dawn hasn't even broke yet. This is the Temple Bar Pub. And today's not just any day. Today is the 17th of March. It is St. Patrick's Day, the wildest, most joyous, most gloriously chaotic day in the Irish calendar. And this particular pub, on this particular street, in this particular city, sits at the absolute epicenter of it all. Here's the thing. Almost nobody who raises a pint of Guinness inside these walls today knows the full story. They don't know about the Viking raiders who once set upon camp on this very patch of land 1,200 years ago. They don't know about the marshy riverbank that was literally dragged up from the Liffey so that a wealthy English philosopher could build a garden. They don't know that the man whose feast they're celebrating today wasn't even Irish. Or that, for most of Irish history, the pubs were legally required to close on the very day that bears his name. Today, we're going to tell that story. All of it, from the Vikings to the Victorians, from a 5th century Roman British teenager enslaved by Irish raiders, to the moment in 1992 when one Dublin family looked at a run-down pub on a cobblestone street and decided to make it the heartbeat of Ireland. This is the true history of St. Patrick's Day at Temple Bar. Let's go back, all the way back to the year 795 AD. The Irish coast was a terrifying place to be in the late 8th century. From across the North Sea, long ships were appearing on the horizon, crewed by Norse warriors who would later come to be called the Vikings. They raided monasteries, kidnapped the young and the able, and seized whatever silver they could carry. But some of them stayed. Along the south bank of a wide, slow river the locals called the Rurtek, later renamed the Lethe, a Norse settlement took root. These weren't just raiders. They were traders, craftspeople, builders. They founded a town called Dyflin, from the Irish Dublin, meaning black pool. That settlement would eventually grow into Dublin, one of the great cities of medieval Europe. And right there, on the south bank of the Lethe, in an area that would one day become known as Temple Bar, the Vikings made their home. The evidence of their presence is still there today. Just a short walk from the pub, excavations at nearby Woodquay in the 1970s unearthed Viking ships and artifacts that confirm what historians had long suspected. This corner of Dublin was once a Norse world. The Norseman Pub, which stands as the oldest pub in Temple Bar, literally named itself in honor of that discovery. Globies. But the Vikings didn't stay forever. Over the following centuries, Anglo-Norman invaders arrived. Christianity took deeper hold, and the area known then as St. Andrew's Parish sat awkwardly on the edge of medieval Dublin. Technically a suburb, outside the city walls, and dangerously exposed. By the 14th century, the land had largely fallen into disuse. It was too vulnerable to attack from the native Irish, too marshy, too wild, too in between. And then, in the early 1600s, an Englishman arrived and changed everything. Hey there, princess. Scuss, 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 scuss. Sir William Temple. His name was Sir William Temple. He was a diplomat, a scholar, a philosopher, one of those impossibly accomplished Englishmen of the 17th century who seemed to do everything and do it well. In 1599, Temple entered the service of the Lord Deputy of Ireland and eventually became the Provost of Trinity College, Dublin, one of the most powerful academic positions in the country. And he needed somewhere to live. He chose the south bank of the Lethe, marshy, reclaimed land that had been slowly drained and built by wealthy English families looking for prime riverside real estate. Sir William built a house and extensive gardens there in the early 1600s. His son, Sir John Temple, developed the area further, extending the seawall, or bar as it was known, along the riverfront. And just like that, the name was born, Temple's Bar. Temple Bar. The word bar in this context has nothing mystical or religious about it. It's borrowed partly from London, where a bar referred to a boundary gate or a riverside path. Dublin, ever eager to monitor the prestige of its colonial master, had already named several of its streets after London equivalents. Essex Street, Fleet Street. Temple Bar slotted right in. By 1673, the name appears on the first official map of Dublin, surveyed by Bernard de Gaume. The reclaimed land and new buildings are all there, right along what would become one of the most famous streets in Europe. The business was booming. In 1707, a new customs house was built on the site where the legendary Clarence Hotel, yes, the one co-owned by Bono and the Edge of U2, would eventually stand. With the customs house came warehouses, merchants, taverns, and as was the way with all prosperous port districts in the 18th century, a more colorful cast of characters. Brothels appeared alongside booksellers. Theatrical performances competed with more illicit entertainments. Temple Bar was lively, rowdy, alive with commerce and desire. It was, as one historian of the period noted, characterized by what could be politely called drunken debauchery. But it was thriving. And then, in 1791, the customs house moved across the Liffey to bigger premises on the north side of the river, taking the commerce and the wealth with it. And Temple Bar, stripped of its economic heart, fell into a steep and prolonged decline. It would not recover for 200 years. Let's pause here. Look, Tracy. Hey, how you doing, Tracy? Tracy Pop. Okies in the house. Gus, 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 Gus. Okie Pop. Hey, Princess. Strawberry from Toronto.
I'm sorry. The crowd was thinning out, and I wanted to get it more crowd in there.
Oh.
She's a little upset because I moved the timeline.
She said to where it's dark.
Well, I started out like that because that wasn't that, that's a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even the same people.
Can, ain't it? How you doing, Strawberry?
They had not an ambulance, a police, paddy wagon
in the corner of my eye.
Isn't that crazy? What did I do there?
Those 6 tingles in the house.
Oh, my God, 6. I am so sorry. I screwed it up for you. I will never be able to find it now. I will not. What were they doing? She said she was watching somebody that was doing something. And
right when you switched it?
Yeah. Oh, look at these 2 girls right there. They put their boobs up to each other and got their picture taken.
I wonder why they do that.
I don't know.
I know why they do it in New Orleans, but
Well,
they got those weird dances over there where they hawk their knees up real high and all that shit, you know,
mhm.
and they bounce up and
It's
twitter their
called
ankles or
it's
whatever it
called
is.
river dancing. I can do that. I told you that before.
Real
Yeah,
nice.
it's like flatfoot.
That'd be kind of cool, or a combination of river dancing and pole dancing or something. You can do the river on the pole.
You're so crazy.
Where'd
What is
Lucy
it?
go?
I don't. She went to bed. I
Oh,
think.
she had to go to bed. Okay.
I think
I
so.
thought I can't remember if she said bye or not. I felt like I can't
The
keep up
lights
with
coming
anything.
on, blinking.
Isn't that cool, y'all? All those people in there, like they're drinking all that beer, like unbelievable.
Right there, they're drinking in public. Ah,
Jeez, they drink more beer than anybody.
well, I have got to say, this is. I'm not.
Go back and see if you can find it.
No, I'm not being.
Look, she's waving at y'all. That girl, look.
A lady had just climbed on someone's shoulders. Then this.
We're gonna go there one day.
We're gonna go there one day.
Wave on the camera. Oh my God! You know what somebody told me last night? Well, no, in the last live stream, I can't remember if it was who that was, but they said, at any rate, they said they went to the New Orleans Bourbon Street cam.
Yeah, you told me. I mean, I saw that. It's like
It was
35
a 30,
minutes.
35-minute delay.
Wow.
That's nuts. I
Well,
mean, how does that work when you coordinate the live stream? You know, like I'm gonna be showed myself live there, but what will it show on the cam? You know, that's crazy.
35 minutes later, it will show you on the cam. But
That's not gonna work.
they probably did that because of where that truck went down through there, and they've
Yeah.
decided now. And look at the light on that, how the sun's going down.
Oh wow,
Isn't that cool?
it's kind of freaky, man.
Yeah. Wicked.
Patrick shining his light down. Look,
Yeah. That's crazy. It just did it real quick. Notice that?
uh-huh.
I do too, 6. I love people watching. Look, I'm bouncing up and down there. Hey, Panda.
Was that Panda Pop?
No, Panda, the torture clown
Panda
pop.
Pop.
You know,
Man, you had a wild live stream yesterday. There was a lot of people in there.
as well as
That big hook in his mouth and nose. That was crazy, man.
as weirded out as you are about clowns, I can't even believe you go to this channel.
I don't
You
know.
know-
It's kind of different, you know. It's
Yeah,
it's
I know. You
entertaining in
see-
a weird way. I don't know how to explain it. It's like me. It's not for everybody, you know.
Hey, Panda, do you see me in your chat? I know you got a lot of people in there, but I come in and say hi to you. I'm nobody, but
I mean, obviously, he had some kind of, you know, good idea of what he wanted
yeah,
to
that's
do. and it's
crazy.
paying off, you know. It's like got a big channel now, so
It just kills me. I started people watching when I worked at GM. A coworker started it to make the shift go by faster. I know. That's what I would do too.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of misconceptions about YouTube and stuff. They say, well, you know, it's all about getting back to being yourself, and so you can be yourself and not have to try too hard. But the truth is, when you're in the entertainment genre, you have to kind of go into character like I do, because obviously you're talking to me on the phone or sometimes even live when I'm kicked back, I don't sound the same, you know, but
This is what he sounds like.
I think it's about, you know, if you're maybe if you got a channel like cooking channel, you don't have to go into character so much. You just have to cook some good food and explain what you're doing. But kind of like I do voice acting, you know, and you just got different channels that do different things, and like you don't want to be like try to serve everybody in the world anyway, so you kind of have to niche down and then niche down in the niche, you know, which I kind of did with the ASMR and reading and all that good jazz. But anyway, I just always wonder, you know, what kind of makes a channel get to the next level. There's a lot of lives going on tonight. I was looking at a few videos earlier. I just got on YouTube late today, but I was like, oh my God, there's a lot of Patty Day shows. Everyone does some. I appreciate y'all coming here and spending your time for St. Patrick's Day. Get back to reading here in just a sec. Let's see if I can go back to the beginning of the music. All the music's compliments of Izzy Pop today, by the way. Because while Temple Bar was being built and declining and waiting for its renaissance, something else was happening. Something far older and far stranger. The story was being told. The legend was being shaped. The saint was being made. His name wasn't Patrick. Not originally. He was born somewhere in Roman Britain, late 4th century, around 385 AD. And his birth name was likely Maywin Sukkot. His family were wealthy landowners and minor Roman officials. He grew up comfortable, privileged, and by his own later admission, not particularly religious. He was 16 years old when Irish raiders arrived on the coast of Britain. They kidnapped him, loaded him onto a ship, brought him across the Irish Sea as a slave. For 6 years, he worked as a shepherd on the slopes of what is now believed to be Slemish Mountain in County Antrim, in what is today Northern Ireland. He was cold, he was hungry, he was utterly alone. And in that loneliness, something extraordinary happened. He found faith. He later wrote that he prayed 100 times a day during those years of captivity, in sunshine and rain. The hardship transformed him. Then, one night, he heard a voice in a dream. It told him that his ship was ready. It was time to go home. He walked nearly 200 miles to the coast, found his ship, and escaped. He made his way back to Britain, back to his family, and for a while, it seemed like Chapter Ireland was closed. But the dreams continued. In them, he heard the voices of the Irish people calling him back, calling him to them. He studied for the priesthood. He was ordained. He was sent to Ireland, not as a slave this time, but as a missionary. What followed is one of the most remarkable stories of religious conversion in history. Patrick spent the remainder of his life traveling across Ireland, establishing monasteries and churches and schools, baptizing thousands. He used a 3-leaf clover, the shamrock, to explain the mystery of the Holy Trinity. 3 leaves, 1 stem, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. The image stuck. The legend grew. He died on the 17th of March, around the year 461 AD. Now, here's the part that surprises most people who raise a pint in his honor. Patrick was not canonized by the Catholic Church, not officially. There was no formal Vatican process. His sainthood grew organically from the deep reverence of the Irish people themselves. He became, in the centuries after his death, the defining spiritual figure of a nation, its patron saint, its national apostle, the symbol of faith and resilience in the face of conquest and suffering. By the 9th and 10th centuries, Irish Christians were already observing a feast day in his name on the 17th of March. It was, at this point, a solemn religious occasion, a day of prayer, of mass, of quiet reflection. There were no parades. There were no Guinness. There were certainly no plastic leprechaun hats. That would come later, much later. And it would come, of all places, from America. Interesting, huh? So,
That was pretty good.
we're not done yet, just taking a break. Hey, Misty. What's up, dear?
I didn't know that about the 3 leaves.
Debbie Sue still here? Tracy.
Yeah, you do.
6 bows.
Missy said, "Oh my, I don't have my membership emoji thingies." Yes, you do.
You're green. You might have to refresh or something. You not to know. And I do appreciate everybody that's been gifting memberships and getting them and having a pretty decent month this month. So they aren't loading for you, or is everybody else loading?
Yeah, I just set mine out there.
Oh, that's kind of messed up. I'm
Refresh.
not sure, Missy. Huh. It shows you green on the chat. You know, no, that was StreamYard that froze up on me. I had to leave and go back in and reload everything up. That's a bummer, man. Everybody else's emojis working?
Yeah, there they are now. She just had a refresh.
Okay. About to say, man. Where's Spongy? How's she doing?
She came to my live today.
I've been trying to get around, watch all y'all's videos, leaving comments, but can't get to everybody. I'll try more. It seems like these days I've been trying to get into lives when I can, but it's always better to get that good engagement. It's a YouTube thing. Yeah, right. Other than that, we've just been kind of working behind the scenes on our We'll Make It Pop platform, piecing that together, and Lord help me, man, I've bitten off more than I can chew, I'll tell you. But you gotta get some direction there. So it's a YouTube thing. Now they keep disappearing again and keep having to refresh. That's crazy. Let's see if I got emojis. So I never run a poll or anything like that, like a Q&A or a poll. Members only live. You can schedule live to switch to members only. Huh. Just happy I caught you live. I'm happy to have you. Let's see. Do I have emojis on my computer? Yeah, I do. I have them on my phone. Yes, I believe I do. Yes, I do. Dang, sorry you can't get access to those emojis. You do not know they're down there partying in Dublin. That's the real St. Patrick's party down there. Yeah, you're right. There they are. What y'all cooking today, Misty? Cooking that yum yum. Tracy got her some popcorn. I'll get back out of here in a second. It's pretty lengthy. Did breakfast taquitos. Sounds good. Frenchie pop. Frenchie pop. Pop. Misty tingle, 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 tingle. Fluffy paw. Fluffy paw. Tongue clicking. Who's that sneaking in there? Who's that? Is that Spongy? Hey there. Hey, Spongy. But before we get to America, let's stay in Dublin a little while longer. Because at the pub at the corner of Temple Lane and Temple Bar Street is about to receive its first proper license. The year is 1835. Dublin is buzzing. The industrial age is beginning to reach Ireland. Kingsbridge Railway Station, now Hoyston Station, is under construction. New businesses are springing up across the city. Temple Bar, though still a shadow of its 18th century commercial peak, is beginning to show signs of life again. And at the corner premises on Temple Bar Street, a man named Cornelius O'Meara, grocer, tea, wine, and spirit merchant, sets up shop. He is, in every way that matters, the founding father of what will one day become one of the most famous pubs in the world. O'Meara's timing is good. The city is growing. The street is filling up with merchants and traders. He runs his pub for nearly a decade before selling it to James Farley in 1844. Farley barely has time to settle in before the most catastrophic event in Irish history changes everything. The Great Famine and Gorta Moor, the Great Hunger. From 1845, a blight devastated the potato crop across Ireland. The potato was not merely a food preference for the rural poor of Ireland, it was the difference between life and death. When it failed, people starved. 1 million people died. 1 million more immigrated in what became a decades-long flood of Irish humanity flowing to America, Canada, Australia, and Britain. Ireland's population, over 8.5 million before the famine, would fall to under 4 million by the end of the century. In 1847, at the height of the catastrophe, William Cranston took over the Temple Bar. Remarkably, Temple Bar, the district, was faring better than rural Ireland. Dublin's commercial streets were still alive with trade. New businesses had moved in: wholesale wine merchants, glass merchants, paper merchants. The pub survived. But the famine fundamentally changed Ireland. It changed who the Irish were. It changed where they lived. And it changed forever what St. Patrick's Day would mean. Here is the great, magnificent irony at the heart of this story. The world's most famous Irish celebration was, in its modern form, invented in America. The Irish had been immigrating to the United States since the colonial era, but after the famine, the numbers became overwhelming. Irish immigrants flooded into New York, Boston, Chicago, Philadelphia, and beyond. They arrived poor, traumatized, and deeply unwelcome. Signs and windows read "No Irish need apply." Irish Catholic immigrants were mocked, caricatured, accused of drunkenness and criminality in the newspapers. The leprechaun, that winking little figure you'll find on every tourist shop in Temple Bar today, actually originated as a derogatory 19th century British caricature of the Irish people. It was not a celebration, it was a slur. And yet, the Irish persevered. They built communities, they entered politics, they rose through the police forces and the fire departments and the labor unions. And on the 17th of March each year, they gathered together on the streets of their adopted cities to remind the world and themselves of who they were. The first St. Patrick's Day parade on American soil had actually taken place as far back as 1601 in the Spanish colony of St. Augustine, Florida, organized by an Irish vicar. Irishmen serving in the British military paraded through New York in 1762. Boston held its first parade in 1737. Over the following century, those parades grew into extraordinary spectacles: floats, marching bands, politicians waving from open cars, a full-throated declaration of Irish American identity and power. Back in Ireland, meanwhile, St. Patrick's Day remained a relatively quiet religious occasion. The Catholic Church backed legislation in 1927 that actually banned the sale of alcohol on several Christian holidays, including the 17th of March. You read that correctly. For decades in the 20th century, pubs in Ireland, including the Temple Bar, were legally required to close on St. Patrick's Day. Wrap your head around that. The one day on earth most associated with Irish drinking was, in Ireland itself, a dry day. It wasn't until 1960 that the Irish government repealed that prohibition, bowing to commercial pressure. And it wasn't until 1995 that the government went the other way entirely, establishing the first St. Patrick's Festival in Dublin. A government-funded, week-long celebration designed, in no small part, to promote tourism and boost the economy. Ireland had essentially imported its own tradition from abroad. Very interesting. Grandma. Where's Grandma? Grandma in the house? Oh, my voice is squeaky. Grandma. How many grandmas we got out there? Mr. Potato Head's here. Grandma's here. Who else? Hey, Grandma. No grandma here, says Spongy. Y'all see Grandma? Where's Grandpa?
Your Grandpa.
Is Grandpa here?
Yes, you are.
Hey, Grandma. Everybody's a grandma in here, almost. Spongy, she's not a grandma. How many grandkids you got?
Who?
I was about to say, everybody's like, who's he talking to?
Exactly.
Everybody. How many grandkids you got? I swear, as much as you got to pay for StreamYard, you think they would just keep going from track to track.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't no grandma, huh? Jeez, man. I don't know. It seems like it's getting more common these days. People got great grandmas. I was just thinking the other day about my parents' grandparents. I didn't even really know them or anything. A couple of them were alive for a few years. Are you there, Izzy Pop?
I'm right here.
She being so quiet, y'all. Well, let's at least when y'all know if you got a grandkid or not. But a lot of guys, are like they got kids running around, they don't even know about them. You my great grandpa. Oh my God. I'm about old enough. I got, I'm gonna be 2 grandkids for too long. That's just a whole different fucking story there, man. I guess I'm getting to that age, you know, everybody needs to come to my house and just let me play Santa Claus or whatever. I don't ever remember Grandpa coming to us.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, did that do most families? Don't they go to the grandparents? I mean,
yep.
The grandparents don't come to their house. Oh. Where are we at? I don't know. I might be a great grandpa one day. No doubt. Let's step back now and look at what was happening at Temple Bar, the area in those decades. Because the story of Temple Bar Pub and the story of the neighborhood it calls home run in parallel tracks, and they converge at one crucial moment. Through the late 19th century and early 20th, the Temple Bar Pub on Temple Bar Street changed hands repeatedly. P.J. Hartnett held the license through the 1800s, presiding over what had become a prosperous Victorian street of booksellers, bookbinders, printers, and goldsmiths. The Gaffney brothers acquired it in 1905. The building itself began to take on more of the character of a proper public house, growing gradually from a single-room snug into a fuller establishment. Meanwhile, the neighborhood around it was fraying. The 20th century was not kind to Temple Bar. The area that had once bustled with 18th century commerce fell into the kind of slow, grinding urban decay that afflicts inner city districts when the money moves away and the landlords stop caring. By the mid-20th century, Temple Bar was a slum. The buildings were crumbling, the streets were rough. Respectable Dubliners avoided it. And then came the most remarkable near miss in Dublin's urban history. In the 1970s and 80s, CIE, the state-owned transport company, proposed demolishing a significant portion of Temple Bar to build a central bus terminus. The buildings were so run down that the plan wasn't even particularly controversial at first. The city had already demolished much of its Georgian heritage in the name of progress. Temple Bar was just next in line. But something unexpected happened. Because the demolition plans were pending, the buildings couldn't be sold at proper prices. So CIE let them out at rock bottom rents while waiting for approval. And then those cheap, neglected spaces flooded artists, musicians, photographers, writers, alternate bookshops, fringe theaters, kind of creative community that only takes root in the city's forgotten corners, where the rent is low and nobody cares too much about the state of the plaster. Temple Bar became Dublin's bohemian quarter, and Dubliners fell in love with it. The protest against the bus terminus grew. Community groups organized, heritage campaigners made noise, and eventually the government listened. In 1991, the Irish government established Temple Bar Properties, a not-for-profit company charged with reimagining the entire area as Dublin's official cultural quarter. With the funding from the EU, Ireland having joined the European Economic Community in 1973, the cobblestones were relaid, the buildings were restored, new cultural institutions were born. The Irish Film Institute opened, the Gallery of Photography, the Ark Children's Center, Meeting House Square became an outdoor venue for concerts and film screenings. And somewhere in the middle of all this revival, the pub at 4748 Temple Bar was also being transformed. The year is 1992. Dublin family named the Clearys are looking at a pub on a famous street in a city that is about to explode. The Cleary family were not strangers to the pub trade. They had previously owned the Dropping Well pub in Milltown, County Dublin, a property with its own dark history, having been first licensed as a community morgue during the famine of 1847. They knew what it meant to buy a building layered in history and try to make something living out of it. They acquired the Temple Bar in 1992, almost exactly the same year the government began its regeneration of the wider neighborhood. The timing was, as it turned out, extraordinary. What the Clearys began was nothing less than a decade-long project to create a pub that was both authentically Irish and genuinely extraordinary. A place that would honor the traditions of the heritage pub while meeting the energy and expectations of the modern world. They expanded the space. They curated an unrivaled collection of Irish whiskeys. Today, the pub holds over 450 expressions, the largest collection in Ireland. They established live traditional Irish music as a cornerstone of the experience, with sessions running from 10:30 in the morning until closing time every single day of the year. And the red exterior, that famous, immediately recognizable red facade, became a landmark, photographic pillar, the image most associated with Dublin in the minds of millions of tourists around the world. By the time the Irish government launched the St. Patrick's Festival in 1995, the Temple Bar pub was ready, the street was ready, the city was ready. Hey, Lakeside, how you doing? Good to see you. Hey, Misty Pop, member for 3 months. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Ska. Oh, Izzy Pop, hitting it hard. Izzy Pop. You got that. Look on my phone. Princess, she's here in the house. That's cool. You got a membership, Princess. Oh, she's headed to the bed. Maybe she'll get an email like, what? You leave the stream and somebody gets you a membership, huh? Upstate. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man? I need to get over there and say hey to you guys. It's been a while. Man, how's it going? Hope Devo's doing good too. I'm so high. High as a kite. ScullyPop. Hello, glad you feel good. I'm feeling good, good. Good to my pop. She'll be feeling good. Get that hamburger later. That sweet tater. Burled carrots. Talk about some yum yum. Zazie Gults. Z30 Pulova. Now let's talk about what actually happens on the 17th of March. The St. Patrick's Day parade in Dublin is one of the great spectacles of the European calendar. More than 500,000 people line the 2-mile route down O'Connell Street each year. There are floats and marching bands, giant puppets on long poles, dancers and musicians, street theater and carnival rides. Buildings across the city are bathed in green light when the sun goes down. Famous Shamrock, fresh, live, muddy from Irish fields, is pinned to lapels and hats. Dublin. Oh, Dublin, for one extraordinary day, belongs entirely to joy. And when the parade ends, the crowd moves like a tide, flows south from O'Connell Street, over the Liffey, down towards the cobblestones. The crowd comes to Temple Bar. If you've never experienced Temple Bar on St. Patrick's Day, let me describe it for you. Early in the morning, things are deceptively manageable. The pubs open at 10:30. The music begins. There's a buzz about the place. Festive, warm, tinged with anticipation. Locals and tourists mingle without friction. A pint of Guinness is pulled. A fiddle player launches into a reel. The day has begun. But as the afternoon wears on, streets begin to fill and fill and fill some more. By the time the parade has ended and its hundreds of thousands of spectators are looking for somewhere to go, Temple Bar becomes something that must be experienced to be believed. The cobblestones disappear entirely beneath the sea of people. The pubs are packed beyond reasonable capacity. The music from a dozen different venues bleeds together in the open air into one enormous, glorious, anarchic symphony. People in green hats that say, "Kiss me, I'm Irish." People in full leprechaun costumes. People with faces painted the green, white, and orange of the Irish tricolor. People from every country on earth. Drawn here because for this one day, everyone was a little bit Irish. In the middle of it all, behind that famous red facade, the Temple Bar Pub is doing what it has done for nearly 2 centuries, serving its guests, pouring its pints, filling the air with music, and being, in every possible sense, the soul of the street. Worth pausing here to ask a question that serious Dubliners ask every year. Is this really Ireland? Check that thing out going through there, y'all. Damn.
Take down the
Trying to
banner.
get through there. Crazy.
Take down the thing you got up there.
Oh. My bad.
Oh, look, they're getting them right there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're opening the doors. The back of it.
I wonder if that's like an ambulance or a paddy wagon.
It says Garda.
Probably a paddy wagon, man.
Ambulance, or is it ambulance or paddy wagon?
I don't know.
It says Garda.
They ain't gonna get nowhere quick right now.
That one that went down through there, they cleared right out. Look at that, everybody's getting a ride. So we're tired of walking.
Shit. Look at that's crazy,
This
man.
is Garda. That would mean guard.
It's probably the paddy wagon. Some people can't hold their liquor.
Good night, Spongy.
Yep. So, man, I need to go down there and check those potatoes.
This is Angada Siosiana
Keep your eye on that for a minute while I go check something.
is the National Police and Security Service of the Republic of Ireland, established in 1922. What am I keeping an eye on? I'm in charge. I'm in charge, y'all. What do you want me to do? There's not much I can do at all. I can unmute this and you can hear what the noise sounds like, the crowd. You hear them? See, that's why we have to mute these things, because you never know what kind of music's gonna be playing. I know that song. I hope I'm not talking to myself. But I probably am. That's a lot of music. There is. Yeah, that's in Ireland. I'll show you the live shot of it. See, right now I've got the time frame back in it, so you can see how they were partying. But on live stream, look, they've already started cleaning the streets and people moved out. A bar closed down. But this is the same place that I was showing you the crowd of people that was there. I was just trying to make it so it wasn't so dark. It was. See, that was earlier today. That got some spotlights or something because those things are blinding. And I'm sure that's what was coming through on the other side. I don't think the sun was going to hit like that. That bar right there, even though you see the doors, the entrance, that bar goes for blocks. There are other bars attached to those bars, but it goes on and on for blocks. All right, Spongy, get some sleep. I will see you on YouTube somewhere tomorrow, I'm sure. I have this great goal in life. It's called getting to 300 subs. Don't stay up too late. You try. Oh, I will. I will, Spongy. I'll probably watch a lot of TV. It usually puts me to sleep. I've got a tournament coming up. Canasta tournament coming up. I'm not sure what time.
All right, I'm back.
We don't care. I'm talking to them.
Okay.
No, Smudgy said she's going to sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And Buddy's going to bed.
I thought you already went to sleep.
She said she really is now. That's what she said. She said, I'm really leaving.
Oh, you ain't going nowhere? Hush up. Look at them all over there dancing and stuff, hopping up and down.
You know, I put the this is crazy because I did the volume, you know, did it like this. Listen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got music that says, what's that song? Jump, Jump. That's the song.
I know, it's like they're doing to see who can jump the highest.
But that's the song. Everybody
like,
does jump, jump,
jump up and down too right here.
And what's that? Crisscross says jump, jump, jump.
Yeah, they jump up and crisscross their legs and shit.
Yeah, that's river dancing. They don't move the top of the bodies at all.
Is that what's going on?
Right here now? No.
No, I mean when they do that,
Yeah,
their upper body doesn't move.
No, they usually have their hands on their hips.
There's one guy on TikTok that does it. He's real good at it, but I don't know. It just looks so weird, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, it looks like
dance.
it takes quite some discipline to
Oh,
like ballet, you know.
that's
It
what I was
takes
just gonna
years
say.
to learn, and it's not just something. Yeah, I mean, when he would jump up, he could like twist his legs back and forth 3 or 4 times. You know?
And but it's like flat footing.
Huh. Have you ever seen them dancing the river dance, Debbie? It's pretty neat. And then they got one move where they kick the leg up real high above their head, you know. Have you ever seen that, Izzy?
Mm-hmm.
They kick it. That's like that's straight. They don't bend the knee. They just bring the leg up way high. Boy, it looked like a man doing a stand-up split, you know. I would think to be a professional river dancer, you know, you have to be able to do the splits. I used to clog in my day. Heck yeah. What kind of dancing you do?
It's kind of like tap dancing in a way too.
Y'all, Izzy, y'all do the do-si-do and all that up there?
So what?
The do-si-do and whatever?
We did in school. And we did the do-si-do and
A little bit of line dancing and stuff like that?
No, I've seen Charleston.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because, you know, Southern.
Mm-hmm.
We did the Charleston, and that was in the
Maybe it'd be a good documentary about different dances and things from different countries. It might be a lot of, you know, when I did the coffee documentary, I had to cut a lot of it out because I couldn't pronounce the words, you know.
I know.
Like it'd probably be that way with the dances.
We need to do another
I mean, I'm
script
probably
together.
butchering some of this, you know, but whatever.
We need to read another story together.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool. Maybe do a read, get people come up again. And, I don't know.
Oh, I can't. Well, just let me know if you decide to do that.
I
So I
mean,
can
truthfully, Izzy, I should probably, like, you know, every Tuesday night, just throw up a script on the screen. If nobody comes up to read, we don't do anything, you know.
Well,
it always is a good format. Everybody likes it, and it's just a lot of work for me, you know, and you.
Well, what I was going to say is, if you ever decide to do that, let me know, and I'll do a StreamYard. You know, one of those.
Yeah. I mean, it's like anything, like a theater in town, you know, they don't make much money at it, you know, but
No,
I guess they get community contributions and things, even at the local level, you know, but
tip jar.
It irks me and drives me so crazy how, like, very few people in community support the art, you know, like it should be.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about YouTube. I'm just talking about at the local level, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the writers, the artists, they're always at the bottom of the totem pole. Now, on the totem pole nonetheless, because without the writers and the artists, you know, you couldn't have the overlays and you couldn't have the shows and the movies we watch. So I think it's like teachers, you know, they need to be paid more, or police officers, or, you know, all these people that do these civil servant duties and contribute art, you know.
Yeah.
Now, with that being said, we have the opportunity, always have the opportunity to create some great piece of art or a great story, and it could go into the stratosphere, whereas the normal person doesn't have that. But so there is some sacrifice that's made. It looks like a lot of commotion down there.
I know.
Well, let me see how much more I have to read. Oh, it's not too much more, actually. And look, I might want to take this one and remaster it and re-upload it. So
that's what I'm gonna do to the one today that I did.
Yeah.
I got to cut out where I said hi to a couple people in there. I was pulling the Scully.
We're going to talk about the leprechauns here for a second.
Oh, right. It's a leprechaun. Pretty frostbite. Don't you
There's
wish
a
you
big
had a
strain of opinion, you know, about with like Irish people that Temple Bar is on St. Patrick's Day is not authentic, and that the leprechaun hats are undignified.
I'm looking at that now, and it just, to me, it's not ringing true to form because they're not even playing Irish music. They're playing crisscross music.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
But then they say that a lot of the queues outside the Red Pub are a tourist trap.
Mm-hmm.
The real Ireland is 2 streets away in a quiet pub with no sign outside.
Wow.
Where a local man in his 60s is nursing a pint and listening to a session with his eyes closed. And they're not wrong exactly. The Temple Bar pub charges among the highest prices for a pint in Dublin, close to 11 euros in recent years. The crowd on St. Patrick's Day is disproportionately international, and the commercialization of Irish culture into a Shamrock branded product for global consumption does raise legitimate questions about authenticity, dignity, and identity. But here's the counter argument, and it's a powerful one. Irishness was never a fixed, pure, static thing. It was always a negotiation. Patrick himself wasn't Irish. The Shamrock was exported to America and imported back. The parade tradition was invented in New York and gifted back to Dublin. The leprechaun was originally a British slur that the Irish reclaimed and made their own. Every element of what we think of as St. Patrick's Day has been borrowed, adapted, transformed, and returned. Temple Bar itself is a perfect emblem of that process. A Viking settlement, an English diplomat's garden, an 18th century commercial district, a Victorian slum, a bohemian art quarter, a cultural neighborhood designed by government decree, and at its heart, a pub run by an Irish family that has spent 3 decades building it into something that genuinely feels to the millions of people who visit it like the best of Ireland. Is it a curated version of Ireland? Absolutely. But then, what national identity isn't? Interesting. There's one more story from recent years that deserves a place in this documentary. A story that is, in its way, a perfect encapsulation of Temple Bar. Its drama, its absurdity, its hunger for attention, and its complicated relationship with authority. In February 2026, the Temple Bar Pub commissioned the local artist, Mark Kelly of Scully'S, to install a statue outside the pub in the weeks leading up to St. Patrick's Day. The statue was 14 feet tall. It depicted St. Patrick himself, and he was holding a pint of Guinness above his head. I remember when they put that up there a few weeks ago. It didn't stay long. And the statue went up on a Tuesday morning. Within hours, workers were back on the scene, covering the pint in St. Patrick's hand first with a black plastic bin bag, then upgrading to a green cloth. The manager of the pub was coy about what changes were being made. The whole sequence, the statue going up, the pint being covered, the bin bag being replaced by cloth, played out live on a webcam that thousands of Dubliners were watching in real time. By the next morning, Dublin City Council had issued a statement. The planning enforcement section had spoken to the pub owner, The statue was removed before lunchtime. I was wondering about that. In less than 24 hours after it had first appeared, it was photographed, laid out in a trailer on the street outside St. Patrick, flat on his back, pint presumably still hidden under the green cloth, brought low by planning regulations. The country was briefly transfixed. Was it art? Was it marketing? Was it blasphemous? Was it brilliant? The artist who built it said he heard it had been removed when he read the news that morning. He and his team had spent 5 weeks building the thing. And somewhere in that story, in the gleeful audacity of putting it up, in the bureaucratic speed of taking it down, in the nation pausing for a moment to argue about a 14-foot fiberglass saint holding a pint, something that feels deeply, unmistakably Irish. As March 17th comes and draws to a close, and the last musicians have packed away their fiddles and tin whistles, and the streets of Temple Bar are being hosed down after the revelry, let's think about what this day actually is. It's a day that commemorates a man who crossed the Irish Sea twice, once as a slave and once as a missionary, and whose influence on the culture of an island outlasted empires. A man who's not Irish, yet became the defining symbol of Irishness. It's a day that was a solemn religious feast for over 1,000 years, then became a legally mandated dry day, then was transformed by the Irish diaspora in America into a global spectacle of celebration, and finally came home to Ireland to find a city ready to throw the biggest party in Europe. It's a day that belongs to that red pub on those cobblestone streets. A building that has been a grocer's, a spirit merchant's, a Victorian snug, a 20th century ruin, and is now in the hands of a Dublin family who bought it in 1992, an icon, a place where Ireland holds court for the world. The Vikings who camped on this riverbank would not recognize Temple Bar today. Neither would Sir William Temple, nor Cornelius O'Mara, who first pulled a legal pint here in 1835. Patrick himself, the frightened British teenager dragged across the sea, the shepherd who heard a voice in a dream, would likely be baffled by the whole affair. But then again, he might not. He was, after all, a man who crossed oceans twice in defiance of the odds. A man who refused to stay where fate had placed him. A man who believed, with extraordinary stubbornness, that the story wasn't over. On the 17th of March, in a pub on a cobblestone street in Dublin, with a fiddle playing and a pint of Guinness sweating on the bar, surrounded by people from every country on earth who had come here for reasons they can barely articulate, the story is still very much not over. Slante. Which I guess means the end. Well, what you think, Izzy Pop?
You're supposed to say ta-da.
I said Slante.
Ta-da.
Patty fish, Bigfoot. What up, broska? How's everybody? I think I put upstate to bed. Putting everybody to bed tonight.
You just have that.
We'll get you to edit that down for me one day.
That's a lot of editing.
Yeah. Yeah, Debbie Sue says very good.
She don't count.
What? Wow, 'cause she's a narrator like us?
No, I didn't even think about that. I was just picking at her.
Oh. Ah. Ooh, mouth's dry. Well, I guess I got to try that green beer now.
Terry M says it makes you sick. I don't know.
Let's see that green beer. Where was it? That green beer. I didn't know that what was it? They had 545 different types of like whiskeys and stuff. Is that what I was looking at?
I don't know.
Yeah, they got like over 500 different kinds in Temple Bar, man.
Damn.
It's crazy. Yeah,
Debbie
you doing
Doll.
well, Daddy? Okay.
Debbie Doll, and I said that on your comment underneath your.
That's Debbie Pop.
Oh, it's Debbie Doll. And
Debbie Pop. Oh, yeah. A lot of times I'll go on a stream and add pop to the end of the host name, you know, and say, hey, and then somebody in the chat, they're always looking at me like, is this some kind of troublemaker coming in here?
troll.
I've had a couple of them get on me, you know, and then the host will be like, no, he's cool. Don't worry about ScullyPop. So, some people just crazy out there, man. Oh my goodness. I went down there, my son was like, how's your computer running? I'm like, it's running great.
It's running. That's all that matters.
Do not come up here while I'm alive and unplug anything. Shoot, he's ready to buff your computer out and on a moment's notice, you know, if you like let him, he'll do it. He'll take it apart, dust it, clean it, recharge it, and scare you to death while he's working on it. You know, it's like, oh gosh. But it always seems he figures it out. He's good at it. Man, we got so many computers over here, you can't even imagine. I counted 35 plus laptops a few weeks ago.
Gaming consoles too.
Gaming consoles.
TVs.
Oh my God, there's just simply no room for anything else. And like, they just keep bringing more stuff home, you know.
Scully's house is Sanford and Son on the inside.
We have a whole network that just donates computer and stuff to us. It's ridiculous. I mean, we need to open a computer shop, you know?
You've been talking about that for 4 years.
There's no room for anything else. Like, I can't take it. A lot of stuff laying around, like, has sharp edges on it, you know, and you got to be careful, man. I cut myself just the other day moving some stuff around.
Silicon Valley.
Silicon Valley. I bet Bigfoot's going live tonight.
He was live today.
Already. Okay.
He was doing the Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah. Or car chases.
Yeah, as soon as he gets wind of one,
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I was looking at the other day. I've been watching car chases since. Like,
yeah, me too.
like they
But
get
I
wrecked
watch
at the
it
end real
anyway.
bad, you know, and then they pull them out, and sometimes they have a shootout. It's crazy, man.
He's talking about later, Dwarf.
I guarantee you later on YouTube in my recommended column, I'll have some car chases.
Just saying it. Yeah.
Yeah, just chilling, man. Shot of that Izzy whiskey. Look at her. Drunk cat. I think that's one of the prettiest pictures there, man. It's like
St. Patrick's. It's a lot of green.
like really great detail on it. Got the Boku effect in the background. Just brings out everything like perfect.
And all the words are spelled right.
Even the shadows and stuff on the road, like that green speck light, and it's pretty good thing there. That crazy ring thing they're sitting on all lit up.
Yeah, cyber.
Freaking AI art is crazy how quick it can make incredible things. I mean, I'm not saying somebody couldn't actually paint that. They could paint that,
yeah.
you know, but it would take you like probably months to paint it. I don't know. The way I look at it, you know, what if Leonardo da Vinci, you know, or Michelangelo, any of them, you know, what if they like had access to this technology? You know, what could they have made with it? The way that, you know, they could describe things, describe their art. And the music too is just like it's incredible, you know. It's just perfect. You don't have anything that messes up, you know. Hell, you could even probably make a song where you could prompt it to make it sound like it comes from live or something, you know, a live concert.
Mm-hmm.
You know, make this jazz song, but like when you're done, put it in an atmosphere where it sounds like it's a live concert, you know, or some weird shit like that. That's a new trend I seen too, like making AI video look like old VHS tapes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Taking an image and turning it into like an old VHS recording that you found, and then adding some dialogue to it, and then calling it like a lost tape or something, you know, like gets like mega views. That's something that you can probably spend a few hours on and come up with something really cool, you know. And I mean, not that it would be like a fake or anything or whatever. It'd just be art, you know. You'd be upfront about it and disclose that. But I don't know. My advice, honestly, is if you do a lot of long form content, I would stay away from shorts, because
as long as they're
not
promoting.
a good idea, man. Like if anything starts to get repetitious or I don't know, it just seems like they get popped more than a lot of other things. And Izzy can tell you more about that.
Yeah.
It's not the first time I've heard it, you know. It's like people losing their channels over this, man.
Yeah.
Not a good deal. Yeah. Boy, you about the quietest I've heard you in a long time.
Well, I've learned my place in the crowd to where, you know, if I don't have anything nice to say, I'm just not going to say anything at all.
Well, that's what Mama always told me. Well, Patrick's Day. Y'all see that clock on there? It says 10 minutes after 10. It always does that with like our stuff, you know, and we don't even prompt it. Like which algorithm and which software is listening in on me.
Crazy.
Yeah, man, my number is 1010 like that, and it does that shit. It freaks me out. I told her earlier, I said, that's just a sign for me that I'm on the right track, you know. So I'm gonna spend the rest of the evening working on We'll Make It Pop and my other company, Coastal Content, but I'm trying to get the ball rolling with all this stuff. It just takes so much time, and trying to narrow it down what I need to spend my time on. Yep. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting picture there. That was pretty good. I remember they put that statue of that St. Patrick up outside the door, and then they took it down real quick. And I was like, oh, I wonder why they did that, you know? Then I found out why. I guess it pissed the wrong person off for some reason. I guess they put so many different things on that building that they keep getting arguments about it. You know, that pub there, oh my God, my voice. That pub there, it has to pay subsidies to like all those businesses around it because they wouldn't be able to survive otherwise. Like, I mean, that thing gets all the business, you know? So I wondered about that too. So I was like, looked into it, and then I found that out. You know, that little restaurant across the street there, it hardly on regular day has anybody there, you know. And I'm thinking there's no way you could pay the rent like that. But then I found out that fucking Temple Bar is paying the restaurant and a few of them around there to stay open, you know. It just makes it look good to have them open. You know? What is that?
That was the avatar I was going to use, but it was too big.
Wow. What you creative?
I'm trying.
Is that a 4-leaf clover?
Yeah. That's what I had on my...
That looks like a 5-leaf clover there.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that I've got extra luck.
You know, I've never been able to find a 4-leaf clover.
Psst, I have.
Never. I've always wondered how people find them, you know. Have y'all ever found one? Put a
hey, Tom.
one in the chat if you ever found a 4-leaf clover.
I've got one pressed in a book.
Buddy. Tom be cooking up that Irish. I don't know. I never could find one, you know.
Shirley's mom, you know, she had dementia. She could walk out into the field beside them and just look down and reach down and pick out a 4-leaf clover.
That's
and
great.
she would walk to the yard and do that. It was crazy.
Jeez. Man. How you doing, Tom? Tell Marie we said hey. Been on for a couple hours. I'm about to end. I got to go get some cooking done. I got to go feed the beast.
Well, I'm going to bid the chat farewell, and you also
all right. Thanks for hanging out. It was fun. Hope everybody enjoyed it.
So much fun.
Well, thank you for the gifted membership too.
Yeah, and y'all hit that like. Make sure that like's hit.
Yeah. I'm gonna probably try to catch.
She just said hello.
We
didn't hear her. We didn't hear her say anything.
Oh, Marie. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You too, Debbie, darling.
Yeah. Machine Head, what's up, buddy? Debbie Sue was here. Patty Fish, Tom Garvey, the Keto Cook. Bigfoot Dwarf was here. Frenchie, Spongy Gold, Misty, Down Home Misty Style. Oh, I guess I missed somebody. MU Rush, I beg your pardon. Thank you for coming, MU Rush 256. Upstate. National Park Princess. Lakeside Laura, good to see you. I know TWP Popcorn was here shortly. Tracy's Local Learning was here tonight. Six Bows is back. Panda the Torture Clown. Okies Eden was here. Good to see Okies Eden. Strawberry Fieldberry. Globees Travel. Northern Woman was here, former cast member. Oh my God, I believe I might have missed Tim Windsor tonight. My goodness. Beg your pardon, Tim. Body Illusion was here. That's Lucy. Heidi Pop came by. Desiree. Bud Files. And Krubby the Beagle. I appreciate everybody. I'll stay tuned. I got another good story coming up that I'm writing, so y'all have a good evening, and we'll see you on the other side.
Well, hey there, friend, pull up a chair. It's your boy ScullyPop with stories to share. From the page to the stage, I've done it all. Books on the shelf and curtain calls. I whisper tales in the dead of night with a little ta-ta-ta just to feel right. And if you need some tingles down your spine, ska, 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 yeah, that sound is mine. So buckle up, it's quite the ride. We're going deep, no need to hide. Where the entertainment doesn't stop. You're tuned in now to ScullyPop. So close your eyes and enjoy the glide, and we'll see you on the other side. I've read my novels by candlelight, with every chapter feeling just right. I'm the author that reads to you slow, with rhythm and rhyme in every flow. My fingers snap, the mic goes hot. Live from the heart, I give all I got. A little jazz, a touch of noir, mix in some ASMR and you're not far. Ska, 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 ta, 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 let the rhythm carry you. Ta, 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 ska, ska, ska. Feel the story, feel the vibe. You're vibing now with ScullyPop. So dim the lights and let it slide, and we'll see you on the other side. Yeah. Stories whispered, curtains raised, books turned to gold and voices praised. I'm just the guide on this wild old ride, and if you're still with me, I'll see you on the other side.